Good afternoon. It's October the 6th. Beautiful fall afternoon. It's about 17 degrees, maybe, somewhere along in there. Um, I'm going to do a walk that I intended to do a couple of weeks ago, and then things went awry, and I didn't. And to go over to the Regina Community Garden here as autumn is settling in. Probably not much left there, but we'll see. Anyway, it's a good walk, so good length for a nice warm day. I spent the morning editing. I finished editing a book that's coming out this fall called The Sun Runners by James Bow. It's an Ontario author. It's a science fiction novel set on Mercury. Kind of a cool premise. There's a companion collection of short stories called Tales from the Silence that he kickstarted, which will come out simultaneously through my In the Sky books. So, publishing both of them. They're both edited now. I'm a little behind on what should have been the schedule, but they are getting done. I did that. Now I'm feeling like I can take a bit of a breather, but really I have so much else to do. I'm already thinking, oh, I should really be sticking at my computer working, but it's important to take breaks. I'm going to go this way today, I think. Just to be different. You still have to get across the bridge, no matter what you do. There's a variety of ways to get there. I didn't walk yesterday, although I was out a bit. Didn't really have a chance to walk because I had a book launch, which you can actually watch on my channel if you look for it. It was actually, I think it was live streamed as Walking in Regina because I didn't get the title changed because of the other things going on. Kind of forgot about it, but the recording is there under the proper book launch title. For The Wind in Amanda's Cello, which is a picture book by local award-winning author Alison Lohans, and a Nova Scotia artist named Sarah Shortliff was the illustrator. Available now everywhere. Ebook isn't quite out yet. It might be this week. I'm waiting for a conversion third party. Normally I do ebooks myself, but picture books are a little more complicated, so in this case it's being done by a third party. Anderson Terrace here, built in 1913. There was at least one or two trees got blown down yesterday, and it reminded me of, there was one blown down right here once, a couple of years ago, another windstorm. But I walked by and got in the walk. Not the actual blowing over, but the blown over, the aftermath. Yeah, it would have been very different. Well, I could have walked without talking yesterday, and you would have gotten a lot of wind noise, that's for sure, because the gusts were up around 100 kilometers an hour or more. Cameron Street here to the bridge. I usually walk on that side, so I'll walk on this side. Hello, Jolly. I think I'm live streaming this on Instagram, but I'm not 100% sure. And I don't think I see any comments from Instagram, so I don't even know how to be sure. Yeah, I'll figure it out after it's over if that actually worked or not. Halloween decorations starting to show up here and there. Again, I'll be in Ottawa Halloween night, so I won't be taking my usual walk around the neighborhood on Halloween. Somebody over there is practicing guitar. A lot of newer houses sprinkled in with the older houses here on camera. I often point out that one. It's a very cool house. I'd love to see inside it. It's interesting. They have this huge garden on this side of it too. It's hard to picture what the inside of that house looks like. A Volvo. We have two Volvos. We get these new ones, and the original ones are more like this little guy here. I've been in this one. At one time, it belonged to my mother's ophthalmologist, Dr. Ash. I don't know who owns it now. It's quite nice. A generation older than the new houses being built around here now, which is this is probably the newest one. Very grand. It was just starting construction when I first started doing these walks, and now it's all done and beautifully landscaped. See inside it too. Two lots they've taken up here with this one, so they have a huge yard back there too. I guess I haven't been able to see back there. All right, up and over the bridge. Carry on into Lakeview on the other side as we work our way toward the garden. Ow. That was my knee complaining as I went up the stairs. Here's the dike, here's the bridge. As we get a traditional look both ways along the creek here. Looking to the east. Looking quite autumny, but could be yellower. Come a little further down to the west. So quite autumny. We'll cross here because there's a walk light. And we'll just, I could go straight down Regina Avenue, but I think I'll zigzag my way up through Lakeview here today. So this will take us by Lakeview School. The oldest part of the school is quite old, and the new part dates to the 30s. So we'll see when I get there. This is the approach you take if you really hate mowing grass. Has its appeal, I admit. Not sure how you rake the leaves, though. I'd have to use a leaf blower, I would think, on a gravel yard. And we get lots of leaves once they really come down. It may have frosted. I think it has frosted. It's been very close to frosting. I think it probably did, but it hasn't been a really hard frost yet. It was 1 when I checked the temperature this morning. So 1 degree above freezing Celsius, about 34 Fahrenheit. this way. That's the Lakeview School here. There's the playground. It's very exciting. If you come this way, you can climb a hill, which is a rare treat. However, I think today, rather than go across the grass, I'll go this way, down the side. They have these like torches in the brickwork, I presume, sort of the torch of learning kind of thing. I'm not sure how much learning goes on in modern schools, but I suspect what they taught them in the 30s would run rings around what they learn today, at least in the basics. Perhaps that's just me being cynical. Okay, this takes us up by Lakeview United Church, where I've rehearsed many a time various things. There's a giant Jay's moving van back that is. Found in that entrance sometimes when we use the chapel behind those windows there to rehearse. More often we rehearse in the basement. And this is where the book launch was that I talked about from yesterday, for The Wind and Amanda's Cello. In the, I think they call it the McDonald Room, down at the end of the church here. We'll walk down this way since I'm talking about it. Yeah, I'll cross over now in the shade. Not that it's hot, but it's warm in the sun. Right, that way you get a better look at the church. There's a big playground over here, and in the winter, a skating rink, and there's a BMX track too in this park. You can see the skating rink there. This time of year, it has basketball hoops in it. We're going to use it, but once it's cold enough, it'll have ice. Ice is nice. Snow is pleasing. Sleet is sweet. Although our feet are freezing, hail to the Queen. The cold doesn't matter. Right. Snow Queen's Anthem from my friend Robert Urson's version of the Snow Queen. I was in the original version of that 30 years ago. More than 30 now. Or is it? Yeah, more than 30 now. Would have been winter of 2024, of 1994, sorry. We take an alley? Let's take an alley. We've got a long way to go west before we get to the gardens. I think I sometimes get barked at going by this fence, but I don't hear anything today. Could be a different fence. All fences look alike. That house is pretty new. I think it is. Maybe it's just redone. That one's definitely new. You can tell by the style. At some point, I have to cross over here too. Probably after I'm past the parked van would be a good spot. Before, so I can see oncoming traffic. Got oncoming car right there. This one's either just being built or being refurbished already. Several new ones here. I don't know. This is the current style. Is these kind of very blocked off. Several of them along here that are quite new. My goodness, I have a lot of cars. Oh, I'm on Elfins. I thought I had a little further to go, but I'm actually on. Carry on down this way since I crossed there. Sometimes my signal gets bad down in this neighborhood. Let's see what happens today. Oh, I smell fireplace smoke, I think. Could be a barbecue, I guess. Wood smoke, anyway. What it smells like. And not in that house on fire kind of smell, but in firewood burning sort of smoke smell. Branch down, might be from yesterday, or might be older. Starting to see a lot of twigs and stuff down from yesterday's big windstorm. See Sunny there on that corner. A ghost waiting for Halloween. Still mowing grass over here. Rough sidewalk. Hasn't been anything done to it for quite a while. The original concrete is very cracked, and then they did sort of that asphalt cap that they do sometimes, and it's all cracked, falling apart too. Fairly low priority down on a side street like this, I guess. Plus, of course, for local improvements, the people who live there have to approve it. Maybe they haven't approved it whenever it came up. I don't know. Easy to trip though, so I have to be careful. Coming up next is the Lakeview Par 3 golf course. Just across the road up here. Mostly the original vintage of this neighborhood and the houses. 50s, 60s, I guess. We're going to sneeze in a minute. Maybe not. All right. Oh, I just have to get across here somewhere. It's not actually a sidewalk on the other side, so better off walking on this way side for a little bit. I'll probably walk down the alley up here. Which I've done before. Once we get up to the school that's right up here. Seventh-day Adventist Church and Associated School. There's the golf course. I can cross now. A second. I won't walk on the course. I don't see too many people playing, but there are some down there. So you don't want to get in their way. Golfers hate that, and so do the people who get hit by the golf balls. Beautiful walk. Yeah, that looks a little overgrown. We'll go on down around the corner here. Here's the school, and the church just beyond it. And this lane that takes you down to the creek. It's all dry today, so it looks like it's been recently mowed. So it should be a pleasant enough walk along here. And then we're actually, once we get down to the end, we're very close to the garden. It's just across that road there and along the creek. School playground is rather small on this school. Playgrounds go. It's a rather small school. Again, lots of branches down from yesterday's windstorm. I'm sure that one's down from yesterday. I actually tripped over one back there because I wasn't looking. That's probably down from yesterday too. Beautiful today though. I played this course the morning of my wedding with my brothers just over 27 years ago. It was raining a little bit that morning. It cleared up nicely by the time we were taking pictures at the golf course. I don't remember that I played very well, but I remember playing it. I've walked along here when it's quite overgrown, so this is fairly pleasant today. You can peek into people's backyards as you go by. Tripping over more twigs. Canadian flag, somewhat faded. Big backyard. Thirsty when I get home. It's not windy compared to yesterday, but I can feel my mouth drying out as I talk, and the wind blows in my face. So they're belatedly checking to make sure my microphone is turned on. Appears to be. Oh, WestJet plane coming in. When the wind blows a certain direction, they come quite low over parts of the city. It's the kind of plane I'll be taking to Edmonton on my way to Ottawa. I'm taking WestJet. Normally I would go Air Canada when I go to CanCon in Ottawa end of the month. And the only way to get there on WestJet is you fly to Edmonton, and then you fly to Ottawa. So it's like an hour and a half on a turboprop. Switch over and get on the jet to get the rest of the way to Ottawa. Makes for a long flight, but we had some money sitting there because of a canceled flight. So that's what I'm using. Okay, well here's the creek, or the storm channel. Yes, thin ice. About as thin as it gets right now. I suppose you could say all water is thin ice. It's really thin ice. We're going to walk down this way, and the garden is just down here a bit. And then we'll be making the turnaround and heading home. Sunglasses are trying to fall off, so maybe I'll just put them on top of my head. Here's a bit of the creek, or the storm channel anyway. I'm getting a lot of live viewers right now, but if you're watching live, I hope you're enjoying it. If you're watching the replay, I hope you're enjoying it too. If you're not watching it at all, God luck. There's houses, backyards over here, but they have fences for the most part. So this is kind of public land. It's belonging to the city, I assume. The birds. Yeah, it's an old tree house. And here's the garden. It starts with trees along the edges, like these are all trees that are owned by someone. Oh, this looks like a downed. Oh, that probably blew down yesterday. Here's the garden. Past its peak. A lot of it has been harvested. Still some flowers clinging on, but mostly gone. Winter is coming. I may steal from George R.R. Martin. People are mostly, it looks like, cleaning up their plots, So I'll be ready to go next year. The sunflowers have faded. Still a few colorful ones left here and there. Pinwheel's going. I didn't really get here during its peak this year. So I saw it kind of as it was starting, and now here I am and it's pretty much done. But this is the Grow Regina Community Garden. The gazebo here, designed by noted Regina artist Vic Satansky. Go this way to avoid those dumpsters. We're putting started plants. Go to the park across the way there. We sort of make this the turnaround point. How long have I been out to here? Not quite 30 minutes to here. Oh, just over 30 minutes. This is usually an hour and 15 minutes when I walk out here. Sikansky also designed these sculptures at the front of the gardeners. He is a noted gardener himself, as well as being a noted artist. A lot of his ceramic work features plants. He has these ceramic jars that look like they have, preserved fruits and vegetables in them. We have one or two of them. We also have a lovely Sikansky piece that's a garden spade with strawberries in it. And a really major piece, one of his bronze fruit trees. So it has oranges on it. Looks like a tree, except in the ground it's a garden spade stuck in, and it's all bronze. It's quite cool. All right, we'll walk down here. We'll cross the bridge up here, and then decide how much farther to go, which direction to get home. Once we cross the bridge, we're definitely heading back, whatever path I ultimately take. I would be curious to know if anybody is watching this on Instagram, if that actually worked or not. I would hope that it did. I think I did everything right, but there's no way for me to know. I'm doing it. Just do it. Just doing it for the best. I don't have to cross the bridge here. I could carry on down this side. I think I'll cross here. But I might walk down to the end of the park over here. And then start wending my way back. Again, this would all be city land, I guess, and then the residential lots start over there. The bridge, somewhat scenic, I guess. I could go on down that way, just because I don't usually walk down this side of the creek, so that might add some interest, I suppose. But yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll stay on this side today, because I very rarely walk on here. Although on the other hand, the park is probably more interesting. All right, we'll cross the bridge. I made a decision. So now we can take a look, looking north along the creek, storm channel really. See how straight it is. It's not the normal untouched creek. There's lots of bulrushes in it though. And then looking south. The branch kind of off. Hard to know if that was from yesterday's wind or an older one. A big park here. I never remember what it's called. Big park. Big park. There's a playground and a spray pad over there. Spray pad wouldn't be going today. A lot of soccer fields, ball diamonds and stuff. And there's a big school over there, which is kind of where I'm headed because I haven't checked in on it for a bit. Walked by it while it was being built. I'm sure at least once since it was finished, but we'll go take a look over there. See how the grounds look. They still had a lot of construction stuff last time I went by, I think. Lots and lots of open space here in this park. I'm wearing my sunglasses because it's bright. They're also, I'm sweating enough that it's, I'm wanting to slide off my face. There's a big one down. That looks like it's probably from yesterday. So it was a big wind. Two more dogs. I've lost count of the total for the day. There's always lots. I like walking on gravel because you can tell how fast I'm walking. Sounds impressive. You keep up a pretty good pace. I walk faster when I'm not trying to talk at the same time because it does cut into my breath a little bit. Okie dokie. Ow! I cleverly managed to bite my tongue as I said that. Put my sunglasses back down. Now you can continue. The park goes on in that direction. We will go left here. We can go by the school. This is an interesting little house. It's just the design of it. I want to say a very cool house when it was built in the 50s, probably. Still a cool house. Don't know what style you call that. Probably a little Frank Lloyd Wright influence. Yeah, it's very interesting. And bigger than it looks because it goes way down here. So very long house. This doesn't go up. Cell tower. Hopefully should ensure I get a good signal right about here. Unless everything's going over my head. Oh, I have to slow down to 30 now. Larch Crescent. And here's the big new school that I watched being built. Still not done. Still a bunch of construction stuff there as if they had to do something new. That kind of outdoor shelter thing. It's like is what they're building. I think this is a joint Catholic public school. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. So it's still got all this construction fencing around it. I guess maybe it's not open because there's nothing in the windows. I guess it's not finished yet. I thought for sure it'd be open this year. At least this part of it doesn't look open. Normally if something's open, there'll be stuff in the windows. Well, maybe there's some furniture up there. I don't know, but the construction fence makes you think not quite ready for business. There's the Catholic one side of it over there. Maybe it's open and this one is still being worked on. Say that might be what's going on. Argyle School. Anyway, great big school. I walked by it a few times while it was being worked on. It's nice to see all the landscaping and everything. The old school set up here in the corner, very small ones, not the same era in size as the Seventh-day Adventist school. I walked by way back there. Old St. Pius X. 10. So probably French immersion as well. Yeah, so the old school is here, which is now grass again. But looks like they still have it fenced. Waiting for the grass to finish growing, maybe. Maybe next year it'll open up. So here's Argyle, which is turns into Elphinstone, which I crossed way up, much further up to the north. This is a good place to cross because of the crosswalk here with the light, which I'm sure is also here because of the school. So less chance of being run over. So I'm not a fan of being run over. I will take advantage of it. Now we'll be working our way back through Lakeview again, back toward the river and the bridge. One of the bridges, whichever one. I'm so far south that if I zigzag, I might end up on Albert instead of hitting I normally do. We'll see. Just hasn't been a very colorful year. That's what I'm deciding. It's just everything's just kind of drying out and falling off instead of changing color. See, plenty of leaves have come off. be fair, the elms often just kind of stay green until their leaves fall off. Oh, look, it's a little stream. Crunch to the leaves. Crunch, crunch. Always a nice sound. Is that Albert already up there? Must be. I think I'll end up on the Albert Street Bridge at this rate. Oh, this is Ray Street already, yeah. Across Ray Street. See, Ray Street means I'm already past where Cornwall, the street that goes over the usual bridge, is. I'm closer to Albert Street, so I might as well carry on in that direction. I'll walk up Ray here for a bit. This is Hill. Probably. Oh no, this is 23rd. Not quite at Hill yet. Yeah, so Albert Street is just off to my left, 2 blocks. Well, maybe I'll just go walk down Angus then. There's some nice houses on it. Another long, low arrangement, that one. How did I take one alley? I am headed home now. Still a ways to go. And for a quick game of basketball, there's a hoop. Clean up after your dog. Don't worry about that. I have a cat, and he doesn't go outside. On there, I finally got a uncertain internet connection. Here, for some reason. Hopefully it comes back. Nothing I can do about it. Climb up in a tree might give me a better signal, but that seems ultimately counterproductive and slightly dangerous. Considering my age and condition, a lot more than slightly. And there's a T.C. Douglas building over there that I walked by on Friday, going the other way. Carry on down Angus, waiting for our signal to come back. Oof. And forgetting that driveways go down. These houses have a lot of character. They're usually small, but interesting. And my warning for bad connection went away, so hopefully if it was buffering, it's not now. Larger, but older. These ones. Oh, and then there's this one. Very grand and new. The only one that has 2-story columns on it. No front yard, just to drive up. Whereas this is what was normal for this neighborhood. And on we go. Still heading north to home. A little more color along here. Big spruce, what you call mature landscaping in these neighborhoods, including ours. Trees have been here 100 years in some cases. Something going on here. That's a boat. Looks like it was recently in the water too. But also just washing it before putting it away. Interesting one with the little flat roof in there. Small, but interesting. A flat roof on there too. This is hill. Okay. Following that path always takes me much further south than I expect. There's, again, Albert Street. An older house. Looks like it was recently painted, maybe. Oh, something's gone there. I wonder what was there. You can never remember when they're gone down, even though you may have seen them a million times. Probably means a new square one will be going in. Maybe not. Maybe they'll put in something more interesting. As I said, there's some very interesting old houses along here. Like this one. I always like the looks of. A nice one here. And on the other side as well. The street's usually nice at Christmas time too, which we've been to many times because we know somebody who lives right here. And she used to have a birthday party just around Christmas time every year. So we'd be down here and see all the lights. I'm very familiar with all of these houses along here. I like that kind of symmetrical one with the shutters. I like that style. This one's for sale. If you're looking for something really nice, character home, lots of room. All my messages went away. Am I still connected? Well, I must be, because there's numbers up there. Somebody's watching right now. Hello, whoever you are. Ooh. A ways further yet. More big houses. Like this one with the blue and then the red door. Eye-catching. And I always like these with the veranda. They make me think of the South. They usually had big front porches. A lot of houses here had front porches that are gone or were closed in. The trouble is, of course, you don't sit outside on your front porch in the winter. And most people have moved that sort of, it used to be your veranda, your front porch activities tend to be on the back where you build your deck, like we just did, in fact, the last couple of years. It's another big one. You see fewer brick houses than I think you should. Because I always like brick, like that one. But for some reason, there aren't that many. This one's for sale. Oh, look at the berries on the mountain ash there. Nice touch of color. I think I remember them working on this. Must have been getting it ready to sell. Big one here behind the fence. Coming to McCallum now. This huge one over here may have been a house briefly, but it's been a multi-unit thing for a long time of various sorts. I think it's probably condos or apartments now, but at one point it was like a women's shelter kind of place, I think. McCallum is a very wide street. Yeah, it's in my book, Historic Walks of Regina and Moose Jaw. I can never remember the details. I should come out with a book, you know, do bits of it and splice it all together to make the complete walk. Actually reading the information. It would take forever. And, you know, no real purpose to it, but I could do it. Oh, I'm thirsty. Lots of interesting character homes. one, another two, another three. So McCallum, which we just went across, goes down by the Lakeview United Church that I walked by on my way out to the gardens. So we're just 2 blocks from Regina Avenue, and then just 1 block over to the Albert Street Bridge, which we'll have to cross to get back home. What's that? No, I did not. Sorry. I like this house on this corner too. Again, that sort of symmetrical with the shutters always appeals to me. Just a nice street to walk down. Angus has lots of interesting, well-kept up older houses. And of course the big trees. All of which are marked with tow-away zone because they're planning to do some work, I guess. Other branches down. Oh, that one's kind of fairy tale-ish or gingerbreadish, I guess. Tree work, 7:30 to 4 p.m. tomorrow. Everybody's supposed to move their cars by 7:30 in the morning. This is a big one. On this corner. Now we want to get to the other side, but probably the only safe way to do that is to go down to the corner. Unless I'm really, really lucky and can jaywalk before that. Which I can't, so we'll go down to the corner. Anyway, that way you get to see this big one in its natural habitat. Unfortunately, I'll have to wait a minute or two before I can cross up here, it looks like. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it'll mostly... Yeah, it's already going to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So now we'll go up here and cross the bridge. Lake's over there. Rotary Park that I walked through not that long ago is over there. I'm over here. Albert Street Bridge. It's quite a dark blue over there. And here's the creek, which we already crossed once on the footbridge way down there. Fairly breezy today, but nothing like what it was yesterday. Stop here, and yeah, not really any water coming over the dam down there. I'd walk along the dike, but there's no way to get to it from here. So almost there now. How long has it been? That'd be a good hour and 15 minutes by the time I get home. About what I figured. This is the house that has most lake view in Lakeview. Because they have a deck on this side up above the bridge where they can look out over the lake. So it must be a nice place to sit and eat, have a drink in good weather. I think they had a fire in that house when they built it. They built it taller. Or was it the one next to it? There was definitely a fire in one of those houses that they had to rebuild. He should be on the road, not on the sidewalk, but what you're going to do. And we go this way. That's the really big Halloween decorations up here. Right here. Last year was only one skeleton. Now there's two. Three if you count the little guy. 4, 5 if you count the ones on the post there. Sounds like here too. I like that one with the awning. Our house used to have an awning in the old pictures. Sometimes I think it'd be cool to put it back on. The little orange car. Okay, over Leopold. Driving school ahead of us. And home is more or less in sight. So, good long walk. Didn't have much in the way of people saying hi today. I don't know why. Usually I get a few, but well, could have something gone wrong that I don't know about. Always a possibility. And we'll stop here. So, thanks for walking with me. Hope you enjoyed that. Very long walk, an hour and 12 minutes. And probably not back tomorrow. Might be a couple of days, but I was here today. Bye for now.